Boston Bros is number one thing not. You're dead wrong. You can catch me doing misbehaving with my products on. It's real boxing talk every time we meet with Ned, the TBE, and Conspiracy G. We bring it to you raw, unbiased. You know the deal. You can even get a poor dealer here from Dollar Bill with my guys by my side. You know we going live. All we need you to do is please like and subscribe. Boxing Bros. Peace.
You are now tuned into Boxing Bros, and in this segment, we rate Devin the Dream Haney. And we're gonna rate his most controversial attribute last. So with Devin Haney, we're going immediately to speed. And so Ned, the TBE, what do you give Devin Haney for speed?
I give him a 97 for speed. Devin got some quick hands. He got quick movement, quick reaction time, and everything. So, yeah.
Ned, power 97 for Devin.
No. See what you did there, Gaten?
G, what do you give Devin for speed?
All right. To be honest with you, I actually gave him a 93. He does have an elite jab. He has a fast double jab, and I like his leaping left hook. But in that division, he doesn't seem the fastest, you know. And maybe this is my fault because, you know, people that have a tendency to compare him with Floyd, but yo, he misses a lot of shots too, man. So it's hard for me not to compare him to Floyd. So maybe that's why I scored him so low. But like his timing, his speed is cool, but I think Ryan Garcia is faster. You know, Lomachenko, I gave Lomachenko faster, a higher score in speed because Lomachenko is more with the not just the speed but the timing with the shots. With Devin, it seems like he's really, really ultra cautious, so he'll just throw out jabs or he'll just throw out punches, but it doesn't necessarily look like he's trying to land. I know it doesn't make sense what I'm saying, but it doesn't seem too calculated. And so because of that, I don't know. I just had to give him a 93 for speed. I hope that made sense. You know what I mean? But
sounds like you're saying he's not accurate enough, so you don't think he's fast enough. That's what
it sounds like.
Due to his lack of accuracy, he can't be that fast.
I'm just saying, you know. I told y'all get y'all white flags ready for my score, so it is what it is.
Hey man, you know, sadly, it's not the worst score you've ever given. Speaking of which, because of what G just talked about, I think it may be only right that we re-rate Anthony Joshua and we re-rate Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury based on recent developments. You can let us know if you want us to re-rate them in the comment section. But Trill Dollar Bill, speed, Devin Haney.
I give Devin Haney a 95 for speed. I kind of disagree with the whole accuracy thing. I do think he's very, very economical on his shots, and he's really pop shots a lot of people. And I think you know, the problem I think with it is, G, you are comparing him to Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And not too many people are Floyd. There's only one Floyd Mayweather, and it's definitely a hard shoe for Devin to fill, you know? And I think Devin is really fast. And I think his hand speed can compete with a Lomachenko, you know? So I give him a 95. Devin is, to me, is pretty fascinating. Sometimes you fall asleep sometimes with these shots because he really is the fastest guy in the ring and he can just do, and you want so much more of him. You know what I'm saying? But he's not fighting like the young pretty boy. He reminds me of Money, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Pretty boy was more of a killer when he was his age, you know? But I think he more sits back and he is more economical with his punches, and he pop shots. But when he lets his hands go, they are pretty fast. So I give him a 95.
I feel your Trill Dollar Bill. I feel you, dog. All right, so what I rated Devin, and so you guys may want to get your flags ready based on your score, is I gave him a 99. And I'm gonna tell you why. when you're comparing Devin Haney's hand speed to a Vasily Lomachenko to a Teofimo Lopez, you realize you're comparing him to shorter guys. Devin Haney is 5'9", right? And I mean, I could even check to see like how much longer his reach is in comparison to the guys that you're talking about. And Trill pointed out, he just pot shots. He never really lets his hands go. Like you never really see him throw combinations. So you don't really get to see his speed. And it kind of reminds me of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao when there used to be that debate, well, who was faster? And people thought Manny Pacquiao was faster than Floyd because when you see Manny Pacquiao let his hands go, he lets them go in combination. So you see rapid fire. And Floyd just pot shots. But when they were in the ring, you saw how it was very hard for him to connect on Floyd, and Floyd was pot shotting him. And Floyd had the quicker from point A to point B. Remember, that's the fastest thing. Point A to point B. Who's going to get to point A to point B the fastest? And I see, for me, from what I've seen from Devin, if you put him in the ring with Tio, he's going to get from point A to point B the fastest. If you put him in the ring with Ryan Garcia, he's going to get from point A to point B the fastest. That's what I've seen. Now, of course, like I said, the true way to measure speed is like in the track. If you see Usain Bolt run, right, one day on a track, and you see Johan Blake run, you say, man, these are some fast guys. But the only way to find out who's truly the fastest is to line them up, shoot the gun, and let's see. In the end, based on what I've seen, I think Devin's the fastest out of all of them. But he just doesn't let his hands go in combination. So stamina, Devin Haney, TBE, what'd you give him?
I gave him 97 as well. Devin, his fighting style is set up for him to go 12 rounds. Like he's not the one that gets in there. He gets all crazy with you. He's wasting energy. He's critical with his shots. He breaks down your fighters. He's a defensive minded fighter. So that's why. So that benefits him in his stamina because he doesn't take crazy risks.
All right, G.
I give that boy 100 for stamina.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, how you gonna say all that and not give him 100?
Yeah, 100.
He's built for this. He's built for that 100.
I'm like, yo, it's not a surprise he's endorsed by Snack, bro. Victor Conte know what he was doing when he said, yo, come over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, homie does not get tired in that ring. I don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, he the face of Snack for a reason, bro. So
You can throw a flag on my score if y'all want, yo.
nah, because it was a 97.
Yeah, honestly, this isn't the worst scores you ever come up with. You know,
we don't warrant a white flag.
Great Hoodie dead now.
The Philippines know your worst score, and that's why you can ever go there. That's why you can ever go there. Trill Dollar Bill. What do you give Devin Haney for stamina?
100. Y'all already know I get a boy 100 for stamina, man. Listen, he should run a marathon. That's what he should do. He should run a marathon. He'll do that with record-breaking time, man. Like his stamina is good. It's A1, you know?
All right. So, Devin Haney, for me, stamina. Come on, man, 99. If he didn't have good stamina, the boy's done. That's the one he better have. As soon as that 99 slips to 97, he's gonna be in trouble. So yeah, he got 99 from me, man. And truthfully, I'm being stingy. I just deducted a point because I never seen him in there with like an elite level fighter. But like, I'm not worried about Devin gassing out at all. So I gave him a 99. All right, Chin, Devin Haney, TBE, what you give him?
I'll give that chin a 99, man. You never seen that chin tested.
99?
Yeah, on his chin. What's wrong with my score? You had never seen Devin. He's elusive. He keeps his chin protected. That's why it's not 100. You don't know if he was to get rocked, what will happen. But yeah, well, fights I've seen. I'm speaking. I don't even want to use that term. I'm late to the party on Devin Haney. So from what fights I've seen, his chin holds up well, and then 99.
G.
I agree with Ned's explanation. I disagree with the score. I gave him an 85, but with an asterisk beside it because I haven't seen this dude get hit in the chin like that. So I don't necessarily know how solid his chin is. You know what I mean? So I figured like an 85 would be a good default, so that's why I gave him an 85 for chin. I'm getting a lot of faces.
We definitely need to re-rate. We definitely need to re-rate Wilder now. All right. Wow. Being Trill Dollar Bill. What do you Devin's chin?
Wow. I give his chin 100. The reason why I give his chin 100 is because I'm not going to fault him for people not being able to test his chin. So far, he has showed a good chin. Nobody can hit it. You know what I'm saying? Great defense. And the people that has been able to hit it, it hasn't shook him to his boots because this is boxing. He's been punched in the face before. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has rocked him to his boots. You haven't seen him go and run for cover. So I'm giving his chin 100. We waiting for him to get hit by a big puncher or something? I don't know. But right now he has shown a good chin. He ain't got hurt by nobody. We're gonna fault him for not being hurt. So I'm giving him 100.
All right. It's time for me to give my score for Devin Haney's chin, and I gave him a 99. Look, man, I was always told the best chin is one that doesn't get hit. So if you can't hit a chin, whose fault is that? I'm not about to sit here and penalize him because no one can hit his chin. But also, I'll go a little deeper. Devin Haney has been sparring elite level competition since he was a teenager, and you've never heard stories about Devin getting dropped or being seriously hurt in the gym. And you've heard that about numerous fighters. I'll give you one. Teofimo Lopez was dropped in the gym. You can look this up. Rocked and dropped in the gym. And you haven't heard that about Devin Haney. So for me, the history in the ring says to me that his chin holds up. Now, I mean, I'm not judging Teofimo Lopez for what happened in sparring, but I do know he got dropped in sparring. So all I'm saying is his chin to me is A1 because if you can't touch it and you can't hurt him, and I haven't heard any stories about him being hurt, you deserve the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to penalize you until you get punched enough for me to decide whether or not your chin's good. But that's just how I look at it. So,
hold on, I'll say this. Salute to y'all because I definitely thought y'all going to flag me. So,
you should. But we'll take that to re-rate Wilder.
Huh?
I just said we'll take that to re-rate Wilder because
we re-rate Wilder, then we're gonna see what you give him for chin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, listen.
Why you want to rescore this? You want to rescore, Devin?
Nah, I'm saying
Devin gets a 98 in chin.
Devin gets a 98 from G. That's what.
All right, so we're gonna move on to footwork for Devin.
Nah, his footwork's impeccable, man. He trains with the best, he learns from the best, and you see it in the ring when he fights his opponents. And I gave his boy a 98 for his footwork. It's amazing.
All right, 98 from Ned. Now we'll find out if Conspiracy G has seen enough footwork from Devin to give him a decent rating. G, what do you give Devin for footwork?
I gave him a 95. He kind of has a wide stance, but he's effective. I like how he pushes off the back foot with the double jab. But my only, and this is like a minor thing, but it may not be minor because then you'll understand my power score. But he rarely plants his feet. And I think it's sometimes you need to plant your feet to execute them hard shots. And he's so defensively minded that he's like in and out all the time, He really plants his feet to dig in and really try to hurt his opponent. And to me, I had to deduct points for that because I kind of feel like if he just plants his feet more, he could deliver some harder shots. So I gave him a 95 for footwork.
All right, Dollar Bill.
Gave him 100 for footwork. Devin has great feet. He learned from the best. He's been in there with the best. He's been sparring and training with the best since he was a preteen. You know, we've been hearing about Devin for years before we even seen him step on there.
He was with Floyd George Mayweather Sr.
Yeah, long time ago, before he was even can go pro. You know, we was hearing about this little kid Devin. So, you know, I'm giving him 100 on footwork. To me, he has shown nothing but stellar footwork so far. You know, so I'm giving him 100.
All right. Well, let me just do my rating. Footwork.
99 is all the way down.
Got something you want to say about my score, G?
Nah, man. I can't.
Got something you want to say, dog? You know what I'm saying?
I'm
The funny thing, I got 99s all the way down. Still not as crazy. None of my scores is as crazy as your 85.
85 asterisk. That's that flip flopping G, yo.
That's flip-flop, 'cause you know what? We know when we get to Wilder, 90 chin. The towel got thrown in, but he never, he didn't get knocked out cold. All right, but anyways, right? Getting back to Devin, the reason why I gave him a 99 for footwork is because his footwork, like Trill said, is great. I watched Devin. I don't think there's anything he can't do. He can switch angles. He can control distance. He can cut off the ring. He can cover ground. He comes in behind his punches beautifully. It's like his footwork is sound. He doesn't sit down and plant on his punches, but that doesn't go with his style. His style is one of a cautious, outpoint you type of fighter. And I think it's going to take a while for him to find a balance between moving, between getting out of the way of punches and putting pop on his punches. I think he's still in that transition. We saw he's had at least one beautiful knockout. But he's still growing, he's still young. But for me, his footwork, again, he must have stamina and good footwork in order for him to compete at the elite level at this particular point in time. So I give him a 99 for footwork. All right. Hart, Devin Haney, Hart, TBE, what do you rate it?
I give that boy 100, man. The boy he's been trained since he was young with the best. So he has that mindset of trying to be the best, or the work ethic, what it takes to be in that position. So, it's like having Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all of that teaching you basketball. You got all those resources, man. So, and that translates to his heart. He has the heart of a champion.
Conspiracy G.
Yeah, I gave Devin Haney also 100. I remember, he really wanted that Lomachenko fight. He wants a Teofimo fight right now. He's not running from nobody, so you got to give that young boy that credit. 100 for Hart.
Dollar Bill.
Yeah, I'm with that. I give him 100. 100. Devin's getting 100 from me, and he's running to the smoke. He's running to the smoke. They call him the firefighter because he's running to it. Can't say.
Yeah, you gave him 95 for Hart.
I give him 100.
I give him 100.
Kaden, you put a 95?
Sorry, man, that's my score.
Oh wow.
She'll give him 100. I give him a 95.
Mm-hmm.
Not a 99 for the 2000.
EG, you set it up for this. That's your shoulder. That's your shoulder. Look at you. You set it up.
Yeah, listen, man. I might be sick that day we rank Wilder.
Oh no, but I gave him a 95 for one reason, not for the typical reason that people would deduct points. I took a 95 for him because I think in fights when he has his opponent just done, he doesn't take the risk of going for the knockout. So that's why I deducted 5 from him. I think if he pressed in some of his fights, he could get the stoppage. Now I'm okay with him being cautious about it. Once again, we're grasping at straws here. It's very nitpicky. 95 is very great, but I do feel like he could take more risk in there. I think it would be to his benefit. Like, I'm not saying when you got a live dog in front of you, take risks, but his guys are just looking for a way out. It's like if he just throws a flurry, the ref's going to jump in and be like, it's over, over. It's like, yo, no more flurry, bro. Get this over with. So that's why I deducted 5. I feel like, you know, he could have more knockouts if he stepped on the gas, but that's something I think he has to learn. I think he will. So that's why I deducted 5 for that. Boxing IQ from Devin. Ned.
I gave it a 98. And like I said in the last segment, he trains with the best. He has the best teachers in this corner. And when you with the TB, you're close to TB, baby.
No comment. All right. G. Conspiracy. Boxing IQ for Devin.
But for boxing IQ, I gave Devin Haney a 96. He has great punch variation. He's defensively minded, and he never seems like he's ever in danger. And I think it's because of how defensively minded he is. So 96 for IQ.
Trill Dog Bill, boxing IQ, Devin Haney.
So far, I'm giving Devin Haney a 95 on IQ. He's still a young man. Devin Haney, went to my notes. 25-0, with still a young guy, still learning, still willing to learn. He's not the great Floyd Mayweather yet, even though he's studying. You can tell he's studied Floyd, but he's not Floyd yet. I give him a 95 on IQ. And the kids, he's still learning. He's young. He's still learning, and he's still willing to learn. So that's why I give him a 95 in climbing.
All right. I gave him a 96. And it would be higher. But one thing, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I feel like he doesn't know how to transition into killer mode. I think he's too defensive all the time. I deducted the 4, which is minor, but I think it's going to be important for him. He has to get that killer instinct. Like when you're peppering a guy and you know a guy can't touch you, and the guy wants to be out. The guy wants the ref to stop it. He just wants it to be over. Just give him that little push off the cliff. And I think that's what he has to learn. Once he learns that, I think he's going to be, you know, very difficult for anyone. But until then, it's just like Devin's fighting. We're going to see some skills, but will we stay awake after the 7th? Because it's going to be 7 mismatched rounds, and we're all waiting for Devin to put the nail in the coffin, and he never does. So, like, that's what I'm getting at. He has to put the nail in the coffin. But other than that, you know, Devin is a phenomenal fighter. So
I got an answer to that.
Okay, bro.
That's why every time you say that, I be laughing, bro. But it's not. I got something for that, my brother. You're gonna die laughing. We gotta wait though.
Oh God, can't be said. I think I know where you're going with this.
You know where I'm going with it.
Well, people, sorry. You just can't hear it. So what we have right now is Trill has Devin at a 98. G has Devin at a 95. Ned has Devin at a 98. I have Devin at a 98. Now, of course, we waited to rate Devin's power last. And now it's time to enter the most controversial attribute of Devin Haney. I should say controversial, the most debatable aspect of Devin Haney's game, and that is his power. And Ned the TBE, it is on you. What do you rate Devin Haney's power?
I'm gonna say I gave his power 87, and this is because he doesn't sit on his punches. He's very defensive minded. He doesn't take risks, but they might not have been the best guys, but he's gotten guys out of there. So you know, I give him that's the only reason why. And if I can't say if he sits on his punches because that wouldn't make sense. Then he would sit on his punches, but you know, he's a boxer. He should have elite power. So Yeah.
At least you learned. I respect it.
All right, G.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with the positives first. I'll walk with me on this one. Right. In my heart of hearts, I believe Devin Haney at 147 with a 147 frame with 147 muscles, he will be a lot stronger than what he is at 135. But I have to be honest. At 135 pounds, he's this generation's Timothy Bradley. And he, to me, is like, literally, he's Timothy Bradley. Like, I don't watch him expecting a knockout. I expect him to just win off of points. He has like a 60% KO ratio, but when you actually look at the dudes he actually knocked out, and I don't mean no disrespect to these brothers, man. Salute to y'all. I don't know what y'all are doing right now, maybe Uber driving and stuff, but these dudes were pretty much tuna cans. Like, they were brought in there to lose, right? And on top of that, he fought a bloated, past his prime Gamboa and went a whole 12 rounds with that Gamboa. Brother man ain't got no power, bro.
Tank with 11 with him.
Hey, man, but Tank took him out at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, Devin did not. That fight, talking about what Trill was talking about going to sleep, that fight was boring. I had to watch it twice.
It was boring. I'll admit that.
I did fall asleep. Homie, I just, at 135, man, I just don't see no power at all. So I gave him an 82 for power. Yeah, like, I don't see him knocking out any live dog in that division. But I think it's because he doesn't belong in that division. I think he's starving himself. I think he needs to move up, add some more muscle to his frame. He has wide shoulders, so I know he could put on some more mass, and that's why I think at 147, I think he'll be ideal. And then his power will increase. But at 135, he has fast hands with no pop.
Dollar Bill.
I give him an 80. And the reason why I was laughing with Katie was like, he was like, the guys, they be waiting, they just be waiting to get out of there. They just, yeah, it's true. Them guys just went 12 rounds, they be tired. It's not like Devin don't be trying. Devin be trying. He be throwing, he just be punching. And I was thinking that's probably why G say he be missing, because Devin just stopped punching anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He be trying. He just can't. I feel bad for Devin, man. I don't know. I'm just waiting for him to get his man strength. And I don't want him to rush up to 147 too fast before he gets it. Because if he gets hit with one of these guys, he needs some type of pop to keep these bigger guys off of him. So hopefully, listen, poor Devin, man. Hopefully he can get in there with the weights and, I don't know, some more strength training. Conte need to spend more time with him, because this is. I really feel like Devin. I really feel like Devin be trying to go and not. He be really trying, and they be like, sometimes the guys just be like, "Hold on, let me put my hands down." Devin, go ahead. Devin still can't get him out there, but I'm waiting for that
behind the neck, bro.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Devin to grow into his man strength. That seemed like the only critique I've been having for Devin, and it's been for long. It's been for a long time now. I don't know, but hey, but I'm giving him an 80. There's something maybe he can work on.
I understand that, Trill. And when you say it, it's funny because I do remember some of them fights where I'm like, Devin is like, not say the whole fight. Like, it seems like, but here's what I get. Like, it seems like a round, Devin will go for it. Like, he'll put his all in it, and then once he doesn't get it, he gets discouraged. But
yeah,
I am with you though, and that's why I gave Devin's power a 77.
Yo, I thought I have the lowest.
Yo, bro, I gotta be real with you. Like,
I was gonna give him a 75.
I see Devin laying like some clean shots. Well, I'm like, yo, this dude should be out, but he's just walking forward. Like, But I do think Devin hits hard enough to get respect, and that's why I gave him a 77. I don't think it's quite 60% KO ratio. And like G said, most of the guys he knocked out aren't guys you're gonna be like, bragging about, like, yo, look, I took this guy out. But he does get respect in there, and like even with Gamboa showed him like enough respect. You can tell like he can hit hard enough to get respect, but to take someone out elite level, I don't know. I see him outpointing these guys if he wins. I just see him being that decision guy, that skill guy, that guy who wins on points. Truthfully, I don't know if he'll ever be a guy who knocks people out. He'll get a surprise knockout. If I had to say, he's better than Paulo Malignaggi, more power than Paulie, more dangerous than Paulie when it comes to the punching power. But he's not a guy people are going to fear with the punches. So now that everyone scores in for Devin, his overall rating is a 95. Trill Dollar Bill rates him a 96. G rates him a 93. Ned rates him a 97. And I rate him a 95. There you have it. The Boxing Bros overall and individual rankings for Devin the Dream Haney. Let us know what you think.
Yo, Ned really gave him an 87, man. That's what's up.
I was being respectful.
Still gave him a 97, bro. Look, Ned gave him an 8. Ned showed him mad love. Ned gave him an 87 for power. Ned gave him a 97. I think Ned rated him higher than Tio.
Yeah. I thought my power score was gonna drop a little lower, but hey, at least overall he's not better than Tio, but kind of is.
Rated him better than Tio, I think, overall.
Kind of is, but we never know till they get in the ring.
I respect it, Ned.
Yo, Ned, you do realize like 87 is like almost a 90. And 90's like you knock people out. Maybe not like, you know what I mean, 1 point, but like you knock people out.
I'm just saying, that's why I say if he sit on his punches, but I can't say if he could, he would. So
let us know. Are y'all done?
Done, bro. I've been done.
Let us know how you feel. Please like and subscribe. Check us out in the comment section. Check out our podcast on all major streaming services. And we are the Boxing Bros.